Hello and welcome. If you've ever tried to launch a project, you've hit that wall. That huge kind of paralyzing question of, where do I actually host this thing? The cloud landscape is just massive, and picking the right provider, it's one of the most important calls you're going to make. So, all right, let's jump right in and build a simple framework to make this whole decision way easier.
And it always starts with this, doesn't it? You've got the giants staring you down, AWS, Azure, GCP, but then you start hearing about Vercel, Netlify, DigitalOcean, Fly.io, and suddenly the list just keeps going. It is so easy to get lost wondering which one is actually the right one for you. Are you supposed to go with the biggest, the newest, the simplest? It's a classic case of just total analysis paralysis.
Hey, don't worry. Today, we are going to cut right through all that noise. We're going to organize this whole maze into 3 really distinct categories and give you a clear, simple path to follow. By the end of this, I promise you'll have a mental model to confidently pick your next cloud partner.
So first up, we have the titans. These are the household names, right? The massive, do-it-all players that pretty much own the market. A huge chunk of the modern internet is literally built on their foundations. The best way to think about these providers is like they're the heavy-duty trucks of the internet. They can haul any load, no matter how big or small. They have every single tool and feature you could possibly dream up, and they're built for just immense scale and crazy enterprise-level complexity. But, just like using a semi-truck to go grab some milk, sometimes they can be a bit of overkill for a smaller job.
And when we're talking about titans, we're really talking about these 3. This chart just lays out the reality of the market perfectly. AWS is the undisputed leader, mostly because they had a massive head start. That maturity means they've got the most services and the biggest slice of the pie. But you can't count out Microsoft's Azure or Google's GCP. They are serious competitors, and each one has its own strategic playbook.
Now here's where it gets interesting. Look at how their strengths create these different sweet spots. AWS, it's the most comprehensive, the most mature. It's the default choice for huge enterprises that need the whole shebang. GCP, on the other hand, just shines with its incredible data and machine learning tools. Plus, they're the kings of Kubernetes, which makes them perfect for data-heavy apps. And then there's Azure, which plays to its strengths, its deep roots in the corporate world. It offers just seamless integration for any company that's already a Microsoft shop. So the key thing here is, even among the giants, the best choice really depends on your team's specific DNA.
Okay, let's move on to our next category. We call this one the developer's choice. You see, these providers looked at all the complexity of the titans and said, you know what? We're going to focus on one thing and one thing only, an amazing developer experience. They're built for startups and smaller teams that just need to move fast.
So if the titans are those heavy-duty trucks, these guys are the daily drivers, the reliable, efficient cars of the cloud. They're designed to get your project up and running with the absolute minimum amount of fuss and at a price that's predictable and affordable. They're perfect for when you just need to get from point A to point B without needing a commercial driver's license to do it.
And even within this category, you get these really cool different flavors of simplicity. On one side, you've got a provider like DigitalOcean. They give you simple, affordable servers, they call them droplets, with a fantastic, clean user interface. It's just perfect for startups that need straightforward infrastructure without all that enterprise bloat. But then you have something like Railway, which takes simplicity to a whole other level. It abstracts almost everything away. You literally just connect your code and boom, it works. Database included. It's an absolutely incredible choice for getting side projects and prototypes live in like minutes.
All right, on to our final category, the specialists. Now, these providers are hyper-focused. They've picked one particular area of web development, in this case serving the modern front end, and they've optimized their platforms to be the absolute best in the world at that one thing.
To finish off our little analogy, these are the race cars, right? You wouldn't use one to haul lumber, but on a racetrack, absolutely nothing can touch them. They are precision engineered for a very specific job, deploying front-end applications to a global audience with just breathtaking speed and performance.
First up is Vercel. If you've heard of the wildly popular Next.js framework, well, Vercel is the company that made it. So, as you'd expect, their platform is the best, most seamless place you can possibly host a Next.js app. They use a global edge network, which means your site gets deployed to dozens of locations all over the world at the same time. The result? Your app feels incredibly fast to users no matter where they are. The takeaway here is simple. If your team is all in on Next.js, Vercel is pretty much a no-brainer.
Then you've got Netlify, a true pioneer of what's called the Jam Stack. That's JavaScript, APIs, and markup. They totally revolutionize how we build and deploy modern websites by just making it incredibly simple. Forget about complex deployment pipelines. You just connect your Git repository, and they handle everything else. They're still a fantastic choice for any front-end heavy project, and their generous free tier makes them perfect for personal sites, portfolios, and things like that.
And this one is really cool, Fly.io. Their approach is a little different. They take your entire application, package it up into a neat little Docker container, and then, and this is the magic part, they deploy that container to servers all over the world, running it as close to your users as physically possible. This kind of architecture is just amazing for apps that need super low latency, like a real-time chat app, or really any app where you want that snappy, instant user experience everywhere on the globe.
Okay, so we've mapped out the landscape. We've got the titans, the developers' choices, and the specialists. Now for the big question, how do you actually use this map to pick a provider for your project? Let's turn all this information into a guide you can actually use.
Honestly, it all boils down to this simple 3-step framework. First, just define your project's scale. Are you a huge enterprise, a fast-moving startup, or are you just hacking away on a side project on the weekend? Second, take a look at your team's expertise. Is your company a Microsoft shop through and through? Are you all Kubernetes wizards, or is simplicity the most important thing for you right now? And finally, just match those needs to one of our categories. This whole process will quickly take that huge list of providers and narrow it down to just 1 or 2 that are the perfect fit for you.
And I'll leave you with this one last thought. Choosing a cloud provider isn't just about what you need today. Your project, it's going to grow, it's going to pivot, it's going to change. So the ultimate question you have to ask yourself is this: whether you need a Titan's power, a developer's choice for speed, or a specialist's precision, is the provider you pick built to evolve with you? Thanks for joining this explainer.